Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhana binti Muhammad Mukhlis, and this is my presentation on my research project 1. So the title for my research project is the effect of sonication, organic solvent, and binder ratio on the formulation of water-based ink from biochar derived from microwave pyrolysis of used Mashaf Quran. First of all, to give an overview of what my presentation will entail, first I will give an introduction about my research project, and then I will be continuing on the background study and the problem statement and also the objectives of my research project. And then, to further understand what my research project is about, I will be explaining about the previous study that have been done on my research project and the methodology of what I will be doing for my research project. And then I will conclude the presentation. In Malaysia, the production of municipal solid waste has increased by more than 91% in the last 10 years. Nonetheless, Malaysia's municipal solid waste management can be regarded as comparatively inefficient and disjointed. In Malaysia, inadequate solid waste management has emerged as the main environmental issue at the moment. The primary factor that must be taken into account in any solid waste management system is the nature of the solid waste that are produced. The pie chart shows the municipal solid waste composition and the percentage as of recent years. And it shows that foods, papers, and plastic were discovered to be the main constituent of Malaysian municipal solid waste, accounting for 80% of the total weight. The most visible difference is a noticeable increase in the mix of paper and plastic for the recent years. So next, I will be continuing on the background of study. So for the background of study of my research project is to find a sustainable way to recycle paper and use Mashaf Quran. Why use Mashaf Quran? Use Mashaf Quran is also a type of paper, and its way of disposing has a very strict way and a very special way since it is a holy Quran and we need to preserve its sacred ways. Therefore, we need to find a sustainable way to recycle the Mashaf Quran. Therefore, we also wanted to determine whether the chemical used is suitable in the formulation of water-based ink or not. So actually, the background of the study, by finding a sustainable way, we wanted to create an ink from the used Mashaf Quran and also from the waste paper. So we wanted to find whether the chemical used is suitable and what kind of chemical is suitable for the formulation of the water-based ink. And then we wanted to analyze whether mixing the pigment with an organic solvent and glycerol along with a binder will improve the formulation of the water-based ink or not. Moving on, this study aims to support the sustainable evolution of water-based ink formulations in the printing industry by carrying out a comprehensive analysis. And it is also to optimize sonication parameters like frequency and amplitude in order to guarantee long-term stability in ink formulations and the intended particle size distribution. Then let's continue on the problem statement and objective of the research project. So the problem statement is that the ink particles had settled as sediment after long periods of time, resulting in low adhesion, strength, smearing, and low stability. Therefore, the objective of my research project is to investigate the effect of different types of chemicals and solvent that can improve the characteristics of the formulation of the water-based ink. And the second objective is to analyze the effect of sonication towards the ink particles. Let's move on to the previous study. So the previous study is the why and how my research project is related to other studies that have been studied before. So first, let me explain on why I chose Mashaf Quran as my raw material for this project. So, from the previous study, it tells us that a catastrophic flood disaster that destroyed Surau, which is also called a little mosque, and mosques, along with homes, communities, and cars, rocked Malaysia near the end of 2021. The Program of Management of Disposal of Mashaf Quran and Religious Books, which was held in cooperation with JAIS at Bukit Beruntung in December 21, resulted in an observation and interview at KOF International Student Berhad. And the observation and interview revealed that over 240 tons of Mashaf Al-Quran, including Islamic books and materials and engravings of Islamic calligraphy on aluminium, were damaged by flood water. Thus, in collaboration with the District Council, Majlis Daerah Hulu Selangor, Encik Rohit Muhammad Musa, the program's head and supervisor, proposed that the Islamic books be interred in confined space and that the holy verses and Mashaf Al-Quran to be burnt down. So how this related to my research project is that instead of the Mashaf Al-Quran be burnt down and released to the environment, it is better to create a sustainable way to recycle these Mashaf Quran. And for the next studies, since recycling waste paper and use Mashaf Quran often uses a burning technique that uses an incinerator, this my research project have proposed a more suitable and environmental friendly way instead of an incinerator, since an incinerator poses an environmental impact on the air and created an air pollution. So my research paper wanted to use a microwave pyrolysis, and from the previous studies, it is shown that microwave pyrolysis is a technique that uses microwave energy to initiate pyrolysis process in organic materials, converting them into highly valuable goods. Microwave pyrolysis has gained popularity due to its potential benefits over traditional pyrolysis techniques, such as quicker heating rates and potential increases in the product yields. When compared to the traditional methods, microwave pyrolysis is renowned for being capable of quickly and consistently heat materials, resulting in a faster pyrolysis reactions. Microwave pyrolysis may result in higher yields of highly valuable goods such as biochar, bio-oil, and syngas, in contrast to traditional pyrolysis methods, according to the research from Guo. So for the next studies, if we wanted to formulate an ink, we needed to know what is the composition and how an ink is made. So here it tells us that an ink is a liquid or paste made up of pigments or dyes that are suspended in a carrier, which is a liquid medium that transports the colorant. Colorants, binders, solvents, and additives are the primary components of an ink. Colorants provide the color of the ink, binders help the ink adhere to the writing surface, solvents that are control the viscosity of the ink, and additives that improve specific characteristics, such as speed of drying or durability. For the pigment, my research project will be using a biochar that came from the microwave pyrolysis of my raw material, which is the waste paper, and they use Mashaf Quran. So these are an example from the previous studies, which they already formulated and in formulation. So I will be presenting on 5 of the studies, which most of them will be using carbon black as the pigment. And for the organic solvent, they use this mineral oil, dimethyl sulfoxide, isopropyl alcohol, water, NMP, and DMF. For the binder, they uses a styrene acrylic polymer, polyurethane, polyvinyl pyrrolidone PVP, CMC. And for the additive, they uses an alkoxylated alcohol and glycerol. Next, study states that zeta potential analysis can show the ink stability. So here shows there are three ink sample, and from the three of the sample 3 has the most highly stable ink, while the sample 2 only has a good stability. So this means that the lower the mean zeta potential, the more stable the result of the ink. Next is the viscosity analysis. According to Stokes' law, reducing particle size and increasing solution viscosity can promote a particle dispersibility, preventing a rapid sedimentation due to gravity. So the table below shows the appropriate range of a viscosity that needed for each of the ink, such as the inkjet, aerosol jet, Grover ink, flexographic ink, screen ink, and the direct ink writing. So for my research project, I will be needed the viscosity value to be within this range. So moving on to the methodology. So first of all, I will be doing a sample preparation. This sample preparation is how my raw material, which is my waste paper and the used Mashaf Quran, is burned in a microwave pyrolysis, resulting in a biochar. And then I will be undergo a milling process where the biochar will be further reducing the particle size by using a ball mill equipment. And then I will start to formulate an ink by using different chemicals, organic solvents, and binders. And then after I have formulated an ink and find an ideal one, I will sonicate the formulation to prevent any sedimentation occur. And then I will be having my final product, which is a water-based ink. And then I will undergo a testing for the ink to see if the ink is stable or not, or whether my research project is a success or not. So the analysis that I will be doing for my final product, which is a water-based ink, is first is an empiric gauge. The empiric finances of grind gauge is used to determine the particle size and the finances of grind of particles in the printing inks, according to the National Printing Ink Research Institute empiric scale. As ink particles are so fine, the true grooves of the gauge have a gentle gradient, allowing a scale of 2.5 micrometer for better resolution. The groove width is 25 mm and the groove length is 165 mm. The ampere scale is displayed alongside the micron scale. The ampere gauge and its scraper are made of hard steel, stainless steel. Next is the tuning fork vibroviscometer. So the tuning fork is a type of viscometer that is used to measure the viscosity of the fluids, including both Newtonian and non-Newtonian fluids. Examples of Newtonian fluids include water, most oils, and simple solutions with low concentration of solutes, while the example of non-Newtonian fluids include polymer solutions, gels, and shear thickening fluid. The viscometer could estimate a wide range of fluid viscometer from high to low, in the range of 0.3 to 10,000 meter per second. Last but not least, it is a zeta potential. So a crucial factor in surface chemistry and colloid science is zeta potential. It grabs the stability and behavior of a colloidal systems, such as suspensions, emulsions, and nanoparticles, and it requires a thorough grasp of a zeta potential analysis. In conclusion, by using process that can reduce its impact on the environment, sustainable approach can be created from the disposal of used Mashaf Quran and waste paper. On the other hand, by reusing this biochar via microwave pyrolysis, it not only reducing waste, but it can also be a form of profit, with making use the availability of the biochar to make an ink formulations. And that is all from me. Thank you so much for your valuable time, and I hope you have a good day.